go to war with a better group of men.
End zone throw, touchdown, T-Higgins.
Time for me to take over.
Inside the 20 with a block, Mixon, and that's going to be a Bengals touchdown.
Time to do it again.
Burrow on second down with time, can't find anyone, and now he fires downfield to Jamar Chase, he's got it! Wow! And takes it all the way for a Bengals touchdown, 70 yards!
We're going to keep fighting through adversity. It's not going to be perfect every time.
Field looking for Devontae Adams, it is picked off by Awuzie. His first interception as a member of the Cincinnati Bengals.
We're just going to keep getting better and better and better. Welcome to New Stripe City, your YouTube channel for diehard Bengals fans. I'm your host, Ace Boogie, and I am joined today by a special guest, my man, CG Ruthless Sports. Ruthless, what's going on, bro?
What's going on, Ace?
Hey, I'm doing good. We obviously are facing off this week. I brought Ruthless on. I just did a crossover with him. So if you're looking for that, please jump over to his channel. We had a great back and forth about this Bengals 49ers one. So if this isn't enough for you and it's a little bit of a teaser or something like that, check that one out on his channel. Let them know where they can find your channel at, bro.
CG Ruthless Sports on YouTube, Twitter, CG Ruthless 1, Instagram is CG Ruthless, but definitely appreciate being on your show too, Ace Boogie.
Facts. So coming into this game, just kind of describe what the offensive philosophy is. Is it a run-first attack? Is it a pass-first attack? What is the 49ers offense coming into this game?
We're more kind of like starting to get back to the running game, the way it seems like. But if you take that away, we're not much of a passing team. Like Jimmy Garoppolo's a game manager. If the running game goes well, that's when Jimmy plays good. So I would say we're definitely a run-first team.
Now, you talk about the running backs. Obviously, you have Elijah Mitchell there. Who is that core, and which guys from that running back room should Bengals fans be worried about?
It's got to be Elijah Mitchell. If he's going to play this week, I think that's the one guy you got to watch out for. The other running backs we got, they're going through injuries, so we just recently picked up Brian Hill and put him on our practice squad. So it's like the injuries have been concerning. We got Jermichael Hasty who should be getting some more snaps this week. So that's another running back we got.
So as far as like the strengths, you kind of talked about the run game or the offensive line, or what would you say is kind of the strength of the 49ers?
Our strength, from what I'm looking at, it's kind of been the running game. Like, even if the injuries were to come into running back, we always find another running back to step in. So our receiving core is like solid, but not in that same level as you guys. Like, I feel like George Kittle's our strength when it comes to the best receiver. Debo, when he's healthy, he's our best go-to guy. Brandon Ayuk is coming into his own the last few weeks, so he's kind of stepped into another level. But I feel like our running game has been our strength of our offense, if I had to be straightforward about that part.
Facts. All good. So you brought up Divi Samuel. Obviously, he's just taken his game to a whole other level this season. What do you think are some of the reasons for that, and how can he kind of hurt this Bengals defense?
Well, he can hurt you a lot as a running back, because he can really run in between the tackles too, just like a running back could. And as a blocker, he's a really good blocker too. But he can beat you in those deep passes, those short passes. If you throw in those short passes, he can make it into a big game. What makes him really good is like you're not going to arm tackle him because he's going to pass by you. If you think you got him for 1 second, he's going to bounce right past you and just get some extra chunk of yards. That's what makes him very dangerous, is yards after the catch. You can put him at running back, and you could even put him at quarterback on those little fake gadget plays. He might be effective.
Yeah, he's definitely someone that I am hoping is not active for this game. Speaking of like potential injuries, who are guys that you guys have right now on the injury list that may be questionable for this game? And who do you think should play, and who do you kind of like worry about not playing?
Emmanuel Mosley is going to be ruled out. So that's one guy I'm worried about, because outside of that, our other secondaries are the weakest link. So I think your receivers should have a very favorable matchup. Elijah Mitchell, it's kind of like he's on a concussion protocol, but it looks like it's 50-50 that he might play. Divi Samuel, it looks like he might play. I'm not very sure, game time decision. As far as the other guys that I'm looking into, a lot of the guys that we got right now, they're coming off of the weeks, and then I'm looking at the guys who are going to play. I don't know much about the other guys right now. Like Maurice Hurst Jr., he might play this week. So he's a guy that we've been having issues with. Our D-line, our defensive line groups are kind of been decimated with injuries a little here and there, but a lot of the guys that's been coming back of injuries were due to the depth wise. A lot of the guys haven't been able to step in, so a lot of it had to play a factor, but our secondary's been the weakest link. So I'm looking at the guys at running back. That's the one that's kind of concerning. If Elijah Mitchell doesn't play, that might benefit you guys more. But if Debo doesn't play, then you guys have the advantage to slow us down a little bit. So I'm looking at the injury updates. Maurice Hurst Jr., it seems like he should be able to practice. And then the other guy I'm looking at, Elijah Mitchell, is concussion. Trenton Cannon, concussion, but he should be good. And then I'm looking at other guys coming off the injuries, and it's like, I'm not like as concerned, but Debo's 50-50. So that's kind of like a game time decision if I'm being honest about it.
So we always talk about the trenches. We talked about this on your channel. Keeping with the offense, the offensive line, how good is it? Is the strength pass blocking, run blocking, or both? Are they just mauling guys out of there?
Oh, like our trenches, like we really do good at running the ball. Our lines are really good at the run block position. As a pass blocker, it's not quite our strength, but we do solid enough. But when it comes to the trenches, it's always coming down to the running game. So that's where we take our pride in. But when it comes to one of the better pass blocker, it's Trent Williams.
Oh, facts. Trent is having a crazy season this season, which is just another season for Trent Williams when you talk about it. You talked about the secondary kind of being the weak point and flipping sides to the defense. What are your strengths? What is the strategy there? Are you guys zone, man? Do you blitz a lot? What is that philosophy for the 49ers defense, and what are the strengths and weaknesses of it? And I think you kind of already said it with the secondary, but go ahead and answer that one, please.
Well, we mostly play a little bit of man coverage from what I'm looking at. We haven't been doing much zone quite lately. Josh Norman's going to play. Oh, Fred Warner's coming off the injury, so he's going to play this week. So I just didn't pop up in my head until I was wearing this number. So, yeah, he's going to play this week. So that's an update. He's likely going to play. So when it comes down to our strength, is Fred Warner is a very solid cover linebacker. The safety, Jimmy Ward, he's been the most underrated guy in our team, makes the tackles, been very consistent. Quan Williams, he's kind of had an up and down season, but he's not too bad as a nickel. As far as like our DBs, Josh Norman, you can get those free giveaway yards. You just have to be able to get past them because he's always been giving us those PIs. Not quite the same player that he used to be for the Panthers, but he's all we got. And then Dante Johnson is just an average corner part at worst, not that great, but you guys should be able to exploit him a little bit more. So that's my only area of concern is that secondary. If we don't create enough pressure on Joe Burrow, it's going to be a long day. I look at the guys who can step in. Nick Bosa, he can do so much. DJ Jones is a really good run stopper, a very decent pass rusher. Eric Armstead, if you give him the best talent around him, he might be able to create some pressure here and there. But then I feel D4 is just very limited right now from what I'm looking at. So he might play this week.
Thank you. Appreciate that. So we want to be respectful of your time. If you had to give a prediction of how this game is going to go, what would be your prediction for this game?
For the prediction of this game, I think it's going to be very 50-50 with both teams. I feel like the Bengals give us a unique issue. It depends if Debo's not playing. If Debo's not playing and Elijah's both out, that's going to be hard for us to overcome. We might have to feed the ball to Kittle more, which you were kind of telling me about your linebackers, which they're missing Logan Wilson. So that might be the huge X factor is Kittle getting those big chunks of yards. But if I had that confidence about who's going to win, it's like if Elijah Mitchell and Debo play, I'm pretty confident we'll win by 3 points. But I'm just not very sure how it's going to end up being because I feel like the Bengals could really exploit that secondary. That's the only concerning factor is that secondary.
No, facts. We appreciate that. Well, before we let you go, Ruthless, please let everyone know in the Who Dey Nation where they can find your stuff, especially with them binging a lot of 49ers content this week just to kind of get an idea of what they expect on Sunday.
Oh, definitely find me on CG Ruthless Sports. I got much love for the Who Dey Nation. I have a nephew who's a Bengals fan, by the way, and I actually met Icky Woods at a grocery outlet too. So I got nothing against you guys. I mean, it's a Super Bowl history we had. You know, let's just bygones be bygones. You know, let the best team win. But definitely go check out the stream that I had with Ace Boogie. Yeah, just find me on Twitter. CG Ruthless 1 and CG Ruthless on Instagram. Hey, I got much love for any other fan base, man. It's all love.
Nah, it's all love for sure. Steve Young, believe it or not, is my favorite quarterback of all time. So Bengals fans are probably going to kill me for that. But Steve Young wasn't in those Super Bowls, but Steve Young was definitely my guy. So a lot of love both ways, and best of luck Sunday. And Bengals fans, as you guys know, I'll leave you guys with a Who Dey all day, every day, and especially on Sunday.
We can go to war with a better group of men. End zone throw, touchdown, T. Higgins.
Time for me to take over.
Inside the 20 with a block, Mixon, and that's going to be a Bengals touchdown.
Time to do it again.
Burrow on second down with time, can't find anyone, and now he fires downfield to Jamar Chase. He's got it. And takes it all the way for a Bengals touchdown, 70 yards.
We're going to keep fighting through adversity. It's not going to be perfect every time.
Field looking for Devontae Adams. It is picked off by Awuzie. His first interception as a member of the Cincinnati Bengals.
We're just going to keep getting better and better and better.